Hi everyone, Skillshot 99 Gaming. This is Playdead Live, and we are back to Faction Wars. We got VOX, we got ARC, and we got an epic battle. Last time VOX traveled to ARC, they got the win, and this was early in the season. Things have changed a little bit with the standings. We're going to go over that shortly. But tonight is a brand new style of match. It is called Armageddon. Armageddon, there are no DI plays. There are no captains. You are encouraged to play your own way. Get the moves out there. The goal is to try to score the most. It will be fast-paced. So we're going to get down to business here. I think we're going to finish probably 30, 45 minutes early because there's no hits, there's no weights. It's just you go out there and do your thing, and the damage happens wherever it goes. Because VOX called for the Armageddon match, VOX called for it, ARC was already at home, they will give ARC a 50-point head start. So ARC will start out up 50-0, and we'll see if VOX can make up that 50 points and maybe even more. So let's show you the standings and show you what we got. We're going to get down to crazy action here. We got ARC coming in at 6-1. VOX second place 4-3. Sly's been super hot lately, right on VOX's tail at 3-4. And then we got Jet, always competitive, getting better and better. But we'll see Jet next week. You'll see Sly at Jet. Then we got Jet at VOX, Jet at ARC, and then Sly and VOX going to be a big match in a few weeks when we throw down. So here we go. What do you guys think tonight? We're going to do a sliver sacrifice. Leave in chat right now. What do you think is going to be the sliver? You got options there. Dow says we're going to do some Leroy Jenkins. Dow says it's going to be sad. Oracle. In the future, this could become a prize event to see how good you are at guessing these. We got Snowstorm, Oracle, Glitches. All right, let's spin the wheel and see what it's going to be. It is Glitch Grenades. Glitch Grenades. Somebody got it right. Deadly Dimes. Deadly Dimes says going to be a glitch. All right. And because we're all about speed tonight, we're going to save the giveaway for the packs. And also, there is no bundle tonight. We'll have our bundles and our Super Bombers. We'll be back next week. So we're going to get down to our starters and make sure we start exactly at 8:30. So if you are Valar, Shaman, Dow, Julia, Cat, Crimson, Trigger, give me your pre-match buffs right now. And VOX will be playing a zombie, so no buffs for the zombie. We got Julia going with Eli on the Euclid. Trigger, Eli on the Judas. Judas will not be playable tonight. Eli on the Eclipse. The Eclipse would also not be played as a DI tonight. Crimson going with Eli on the Sly Shaw. Also not playable tonight. We got Elysium on the Voyage. That would be playable tonight. So you guys can get an idea of what's going to go down tonight. So good stuff. All right, it is 8:29. So let's take you down to the field and show you what tonight's starting lineup is. Going first and sieging is going to be Julia. Julia be followed by Zombie, and the Zombie sieging, but zombies can't really siege, but he is the designated sieger. And we've got Valar in the tank zone. Valar is a sniper. Valar is followed by Crimson. Crimson is in the tank zone as well. Crimson will be followed by Shaman. Shaman is in the bomber zone. Shaman followed by Cat, who is the sniper in the rover zone. Cat followed by Dow in the DZ, and Dow followed by Trigger in the DZ. Remember, timers are not challengeable, and you know what? In a match like tonight, timers could be all the difference in the world because you just never, ever, ever know what's going to happen. And I have no idea what to expect out of this match. That's why it's Armageddon. All right, Julia, you're up first. 20-second timer. Good luck. All right, she beats the timer. Julia's going to jump into Rover. And let's give Julia a tire. Get the scoring started early. So we got a tire for Team Arc. Move to the bomber zone, balls to Main Street. All right, she's going to move on over to their bomber zone because she is sieging. Let's get a boss on Main Street and see how all this works out. Nothing is safe tonight. Boss in 1. We'll cap in 3, potentially. Maybe. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Sleet 1, a seal. Ice wands are off the board. So they're going to freeze that first block and play in a snowstorm. And we know a snowstorm is going to auto hit. Going to play. Sacrifice a glitch. Going to play duplex. And Zysis to take triggers Dragon out of play. Her ability to play War Dragon. All right, let's roll the dice and see what that snowstorm is going to do. Going to freeze block number 5. All right, VOX. Your first block and your 5th block are both frozen. Okay, we go over to Zombie VOX. Zombie VOX is going to attack the Forge. I asked them to let me know that in advance, and they did. So going to the Forge. Valar, you're up. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Does beat the nerf timer. Into tank, Temple Steps. Valar jumping into tank, getting a cannonball. And moving up to the Temple Steps. She's going to play an Immortal Grendel, Holy Avenger to the wall, and a Flourish Wand. Green wands are now off the board. All right, let's give them an Emo Grin. Seal and Thrill, Spade Grenade to the wall, Glitch, and Duplex. All right, Sacrifice. The Glitch. Sorry, I got to do damage for Julia's Snowstorm from last cast as well, so I'll get that as well. All right, let's get the Holy Avenger to the wall so no negative effects can be put on this, like freezing blocks, etc. All right, jump into tank. Mortal Grin. Holy Avenger, Flourish Wand, Seal and Thrill, M7. I just said that, Julia. And M7 Spade. All right, so Julia's damage in round number 1. Is a black block and 75% of a green block. Valar is 7, 8, 9, 10. Finish off the green block and a green block and 25% of a blue block. 75 blue remains for Valar. Give Valar her seal. And 20-second timer to Crimson. Timer's up. Does beat the nerf timer. Crimson is going to get into tank, move to temple stairs. Let's give Crimson a cannonball. Mortal Kane to Main Street Boss. Enrage 3, Dark 9 to Main Street, sacrifice a glitch and duplex. All right, Crimson and Mortal Kane. All right, Mortal Kane will. Mortal Kane will not light a first straw man. It will spread a flame. But remember, you got to have a straw man lit. But it does deal damage to that boss. And Dark 9, double damage to pets. And they both hit. Mortal Kane going to take that boss down too. 89%. E3, decent juice, but a very, very strong weapon. Can't do it. Can't use abilities that are not on your turn. There are no DI abilities. You can only play moves on your turn. 89. And then E3, D9. Would like to see more juice on it, but that's enough to hit it for 30%. Taking that boss down too. 59%. Julia's boss, 59%, and it's based on her health. All right, let's go over to Shaman, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Gonna go Cryo Ring to trigger. So trigger, you cannot play red gels, blaze pets. So basically you can't start fires, you can't spread flames. Dropping a seal and absorption for Shaman. Navy to the temple, duplex, and sacrifice a glitch. All right, putting out the temple flame. So we've had Snowstorm and a Spade so far. So 2 throw grenades. All right, let's go over to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat. We have Cat, Dow, and Trigger. Get into Rover. Cat with a tire. Going to move down to her DZ. Mortal Grindle to the haystack. Seal, F5 Gamut. Cat playing Emo Grindle. F5 Gamut to their Grindle and their boss on Main Street. Sacrifice a glitch. Did she pay enough for the Immortal Grindle? Yay or nay? Julia, Tammy, can you post that? What's required for an Emo Grindle? Is it S8? All right, S8. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, so Cat does hit with the Gamut, but it fizzles. She doesn't pay enough. The higher the Grindle, the higher the juice you have to pay. So get into Rover, good. Immortal Grindle is good. Seal is good. She paid F5 Gamut, so it hits her Grindle, does no damage. But she does hit their boss and sacrifices a glitch grenade with duplex. All right, boss on Main Street is down 2. %, health. And get Shaman's boss out too. Shaman played a boss in 1, cap in 3. All right. Rover's good. Movement's good. Grindle's good. Seal is good. First part of Gamut, no good. Second part is good. Sacrifice and glitch. All right, let's go over to Dow. 20-second timer. Mortal Grindle to the haystack. Dow playing his own. Dow with Emo Grin. So we got Valar, Dow, and Cat all with Emo Grindles. Gamut Grenade to their Grindle and to their boss, and a Thrill and Seal with duplex. So currently, so that will hit the ground too because they have no boss. Zombie did not play a boss because Zombie went to the Forge. All right, Mortal Grindle to the haystack. Gamut will kill their Grindle. And he gets a seal. All right, Cat's Grendel is dead. Only Grendels are Dow and Valar. All right, Trigger, you're up. Trigger going to DZ Portal. Dark Boss to the side chest and steal Valar's Dominari. All right, you can steal it, but she wasn't going to be able to play it anyway because it's Crypt Dragon and it's played as a DI. So, but you do have a Dominari for yourself. Drop a seal. Trigger going to play Duplex. Sacrifice a glitch. Go Dark Boss to the side chest. Dark Boss in 1, cap in 3. Could be another 25. Sweet Tea to the Temples. Give her some points for that. And put out the Temple Flame. And that is the end of round number 1 of Armageddon. Are you getting it? Armageddon it. At the end of round number 1, Crimson going to rotate in the Temple. So is Valar. Both players in the Temple. We're going to deal him a Dragonstone. We get a Blessing for Vox. Blessing. Slivers. 25, 25. DZ, advantage. Cat going to get a halo. Trigger going to get a halo. Dow going to get a halo. And because there is a DZ advantage, Vox going to light a straw man. Straw man 5-0. At the end of the round, we are going to remove a sliver halo from each team. All right, let's go to round number 2. Julia, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Going to move to their tank zone. Mythic Needle to the haystack with a pet repel. Julia playing Needle in 2. Cap in 3. Spade Grenade to the wall with Sliver ability. Add 12 to their Sliver. All right, and Spade Grenade. Down in the blue zone. Finish off the blue block and take out a blue block. Zombie is at the forge. Let's go over to Valar. Valar, 20-second timer from the Temple. Oh, they're going to stack Main Street. Smart move. Wicked Boss to Main Street, backing it up. Villar playing Boss in 2, Cap in 4. If you think you're going to lose it, stack it. Going to go Pet Repel. S6 Unforgiven to the wall with Sliver Ability. Little lighter grenade this time around. Take out a blue block and 10% of a red block, 90 red remaining. All right, let's go over to Crimson. Crimson, 20-second timer. Crimson easily beats the timer. Crimson going to stack Dark Boss on Main Street. So now we got 3 bosses. We got Julia, then Villar's Wicked Boss, and then Crimson loading up on Main Street. So Crimson playing in 2. Would also cap in 4, potentially. Dark Boss to Main Street, Super Thrill Blue Spark, S8, D9 to Main Street with Sliver Ability. That's a lot of juice there, and there's really not anything you can do about it. So add 12 to the VOX sliver. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, S15, D9. Julia's Boss had 42%. It is gone. Double damage. Crimson getting a ruffled feather. Taking down the Boss on Main Street. That's some firepower. All right. We got a lot of firepower in tonight's game. Shaman. You just saw that Boss get obliterated. You're up. What you got, Shaman? 20 seconds. Shaman beats the timer. Needle to the haystack with Pet Repel. Shaman playing Needle. Needle in 2. Cap in 3. Whoa, my goodness, Shaman. S12. Spade to the wall with Sliver Ability. Shaman hunting bear. Red block, and a red block. 10% of a red block remaining for the Shaman. Cat, you're up. 20 seconds. We have Cat, Dow, and Trigger. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer, did beat the nerve timer. Mythic Poe on Valar's Boss. Arc Spark. S8 Gamut to Grendel and Valar's Boss with Sliver ability. All right. Valar with her Wicked Boss. First hit. Takes it down to 84%. That is the Mythic Poe. S8 Gamut to the Grendel. All right, we're going to take out Valar's Emo Grendel. Out of play. Dow still has a Grendel on the board. And then the S8 Gamut to Valar's Boss is going to take Valar's Boss from 84 down to 63%. So we got Valar's Boss at 63%, and behind that we got Crimson's Dark Boss. Mythic Poe is good. Arc Spark S8 Gamut is good. All right, Dow, you're up. 20-second timer. Easily beats the timer. Dow going to go Vines to Trigger. Mortal Stern to Crimson and Trigger. S8 Super Thrill Blue Spark Red Gel from Cosmic Violet to Crimson. And he can invoke the shot in advance. Normally it's played as a DI, but he can play it as an invoke. All right, Vines to Trigger. Going to remove that seal. Going to take Trigger down to 90%. Stern. And it is a Mortal Stern. Going to take Trigger from 90 down to 78%. Going to take Crimson from 100% down to 89%. That's the pet. E9 Super Thrill. Cosmic with double evoke is going to take Crimson. Max Absorb can only be used on a DI, so it probably won't be used today. Angel, there are no DI abilities. Going to take Crimson from, she has good gear, from 89 down to 63, and from 63 after the invokes, to 37%. Wow. Crimson lighting up pets and Dow lighting up people. So Vines is good. Stern is good. Violet. is good. All right, trigger. Final move of round 2. Beats the timer. All right, and Ark, you are all hits. Diana, how many glitches have you sacrificed? 3, right? All right, there you go. Because 1 was removed, so you should have 4. Yep. All right, and I got Ark with all hits and all throws. 2 hits in round 1, 3 throws. All right, Mythic Cane to Valar's Boss. Heal and seal. Bring trigger back to 88. Bunko to the wall, and their boss with sliver ability. All right, start out with Mythic Cane. Take Valar's Boss down to 51%. Bunko to the wall is going to break that ice block, which they needed to break. And then the Bunko damage to Valar's Boss will take it down to 48%. Couple hits, not major damage, but a little something. And Mythic Cane will spread a flame this time. All right, Cane, Heal and Seal, Bunko, and Sliver ability. And that is the final move of round number 2. So at the end of round number 2, let's go. Blessing. And a blessing. Give a second halo to Cat. Let's give a second halo to Trigger. Let's give a second halo to Dow. DZ, VOX 25, Arc 0. Let's give them another straw man. Now up to 3. Got 73 points in slivers for Team Arc. 61 Team VOX. All right, round number 3. No boss will cap on Main Street because it's dead. Next two bosses on Main Street would not cap until round 4, potentially. Julia, 20-second timer. But before that, we're going to cap your needle. Hold on, we'll cap your needle. First needle of the game. All right, now 20-second timer. We're going to remove a halo from each sliver as well. PvP key to Crimson. Ouch. Yep. That is going to kill Crimson. Julia with a killing blow. Dr. Dye, are you going to come in, or is Rajin going to come in for Crimson? PvP is the Doomsday device, 50%. Dr. Dye going to come in. And look, there's probably going to be more deaths, so don't go anywhere. People are going to be subbing in and out. Dr. Dye coming into the tank zone. Julia with a KB. And a ruffled feather. But that is her entire move. All right. Zombie is now attacking. So, Zombie coming out of the forge. Big points. So we take down 2 blocks. Black block and a green block. We're going to light 2 watchtowers. Also going to light 2 strawmen. And the zombie's going to attack 2 strawmen. To give him a total of 6. A 6 award. Torch 6 for VOX. 50 points. And all strawmen lit. The zombie will also, this is the negative of the forge, I guess, will also play a boss. Well, it would only play a boss if well, it has to play a boss. That's the only thing it can do. So, it's going to play a boss on this chest as a backup to triggers, because triggers will cap. So they do double dip. So Zombie is playing a boss in 3, would cap in 5, unless triggers boss caps, then both those bosses will fall off. All right, Valar's boss is at 48%. Every other boss is at 100%. Valar, you're up. Gonna go Mythic Regis to her boss. Dragon Smoke a tower, Unicorn to the wall, and Dual Blast. Mythic Regis going to bring Valar's Boss up to 63%. From 48 to 63. Dragon Smoke to Tower. And Unicorn. Give Valar a gold bar. Take down the tower. Or take down the wall, sorry. Unicorn pretty powerful because it is going to take out that first black block and also give her a teardrop. Her wall is no longer under a magical effect. All right, Dr. Dye, your move for Crimson. $20 seconds, Doc. Certainly a different style of match. Doc gonna move to the temple. Colossal Kang to the side chest with a seal. Colossal Kang could be worth 73. S8 Spade to the Main Street Boss. Oh, Doc throwing the heat. Throw in the heat at the Main Street Boss. Gotta love it. Sacrifice that glitch. Move to the temple. Colossal Kang. Give her a seal. S8 Spade to Main Street Boss. Duplex and sacrifice. Valar's like, I'm trying to heal it. Doc says, I'm trying to kill it. Spade Grenade, 30%. Valar, your boss is sitting at 33. Hey, not quite as strong as a D9, but still gets the job done. All right, before Shaman's turn, cap that other needle. And we're also going to cap Shaman's boss. Let me get these right. Okay, that boss the zombie played should have went over here. It backed that one up. So this one is VOX's boss. Over on the other side, this is Shaman's boss. Shaman's boss is going to cap. I think that's the first flag of the game. And Doc, are you going to play that Colossal Kang on Trigger's boss or Zombie's boss? Just type it in chat for me, because there is two of them over there. All right, Shaman, 20 seconds. Get your move in. We have Shaman, Cat, Dow, and Trigger, and then halftime. Banish Wand, Stasis to Cat. Dracarys to the Dragon Tower with MD6. All right, Nirvana Wands now out of play. Julia cannot be launched or knocked back. Stasis over to Cat. And let's light it up. Goddard for Team Arc. All right, to be 100 points for Team Arc. And Goddard will also remove 2 blessings from the VOX sliver. VOX, you're down to 2. All right, Cat, you're up. 20-second timer. Colossal Kang triggers boss. Beats the timer. S8 spade grenade to the wall with MD6. Trigger's not attacking, Julia. That's Cat. No, because she's in a rover. She wouldn't need to leave the DZ. All right. Cat going to take out. Let's get the right wall. Green block. Blue block. And because there's an ice block there, remember, it stops. All right, so Colossal Kang's good. S8 spade, nice hit. But it stops because of the ice block on number 5. Dow, you're up. 20-second timer. All right, Dow. Going to move to their DZ, Fear Smoke Cat. All right. Now, unlike Trigger, Dow did not use the portal to the DZ, so he does have to move across the map. There's no portal DZ. So movement, Fear Smoke, movement, pet, smoke, attack. No potion, no mass destruction. Dow. Movement, smoke, and you can't play a smoke and a potion anyway. So that would have been a double dip. All right, I'm sorry, you could have played that. Sorry, you couldn't have played a spark. You could have played a smoke and a potion. But you don't get the potion anyway because of the movement. So no movement, no mass destruction. All right, we're going to Fear Cat out of a rover and out of the zone. She's barely out of the zone at this point. Navy to the straw man. And you do get your boss to the side chest. All right, Dow playing boss in 3. Cap in 5. Going to put out one of their straw men, so they're down to 5. All right, so once again, movement, fear, Navy, boss. No mass destruction, no absorption. All right, and final move of the first half, Trigger, 20-second timer. Trigger's boss caps. So I'll get to it after her move. All right. She does beat the timer. Okay, we'll get to Trigger's move in a second. So the zombies boss fizzles out. It's gone. We got $146 points in Kangs. For Team VOX. Going to cap a flag. Flags are now 1-1. Mythic Poe to Valar's boss. S8 Spade Grenade to Valar's boss. Valar, your boss is Sauce. Trigger with a gold feather. Wicked boss is gone. And that is the end of the first half. Captains, give me your subs, please. Dr. Dye and Valar both getting blessings. All right. Elevation, Dow. Now, even though Dow moved, VOX still had a DZ advantage, 25-0. And they did light a 6 straw man. $100 for VOX via straw man. Going to remove one of the sliver blessings from each team. Stasis is now gone because pets. Cat was not. Oh, sorry. Scratch that because Cat was feared out. Cat was feared out. So they do not get the straw man. They do not get the DZ advantage. Dow gets a halo. Cat does not. Trigger gets a halo. All right, let's get everybody back in their position. Elevation, Trigger's going to lose her seal for elevation. Cat does not lose her seal because she wasn't in the DZ. Crimson back in the game. Dr. Dye going to the ozone. We'll keep her seal. Zombies out of play. Rejin coming in for Cat. Or not coming in for Cat, coming in for the zombie. So Cat will be playing 2 characters. Crimson back in the tank zone. That should be over here. We got Rejin, Cat, Crimson, Trigger, and Doc on one side. Valar losing her tank. Pope and Skylight. Sky coming in for the Shaman. Pope coming into the ozone. And Valar heading back to the tank zone. So you can see the lineups are going to be as follows. It's going to be Julia, Rejin, Valar, Crimson, Sky, Cat, Dow, Trigger, Pope, and Doc. Bosses that are in play currently. Crimson's boss will cap in round 4. Dow's boss would cap in round 5. Those are 2 bosses that are currently on the board. All right, let's kick off round 4. Julia, 20-second timer. Move to their DZ. Euclid Regin. Talon Villar to the temple. Dust to Cat. Milo to their bomber. Dragonstone with Scream to Cat. All right. So because you moved to their DZ, you have no range on their bomber. You have to be temple or above. So redirect the Milo to a new target. Move to their DZ. Euclid is good. Talon is good. Dust to Cat is good. And Scream is good. All right. Milo to their Main Street boss. It will hit. You get the points for the Milo. And damage to the boss. S8 going to take Crimson's boss from 100% down to 85%. All right, Regin. 20-second timer. You're up. We skip you. Sorry. Villar. 20-second timer. You're up. Needle to the haystack. Tar Trap Cat. Thrill Smoke. F4 Grizzly to the wall with MD6. Beats the timer. Villar playing Needle. In 4 with Cap in 5. Tar Trap, keep Cat in place. So it'd be equivalent of F5 Grizzly with MD 12. Green block. And that's it. Villar throwing Grizzlies. Decent damage, but it ain't a spade. Sorry, Villar. All right, before Crimson's move, we're going to cap her boss on Main Street. VOX now with the wall lead. 2 flags, or I'm sorry, flag lead. 2 flags to 1. Crimson, you're up. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Nerf timer is up. All right, we got Crimson moving into the temple. Emo Needle to the haystack. Gambit to the Grindle. And it has to be a second live target. So the Gambit has to pick a Grindle and another live target. But here is the problem, okay? Pets play first. So order progression is going to be your Needle is going to die killing Dow's Grindle. Grindle eats the Needle as soon as it's cast. So no Needle goes into play. So your Gamut Grenade has no target. So movement's good. Emo Needle is devoured. And the Gamut will only hit their boss. So there will be no second target, only a first target because that's the only pet in play. All right, so Dow your boss. After H9 Gamut Grenade. Dow's a lot of health. His boss is going to go down to 90% health. So the only boss on the board is Dow's. It is at 90% health. Skylight, you're up. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Skylight going to jump into Battleship. Going to play a boss to Main Street. Sky playing boss in 4. Cap in 6. Monolith. So these watchtowers now have duplicates. They will go odd or even. Seal and Thrill, Spade loaded to the wall with duplex and sacrifice a glitch. S8 Spade. Double block. Green block and a blue block. Battleship's good. Main Street's good. Seal and Thrill. And the S8 on top of it. And the duplex and the sacrifice. All good. Cat. You're up. 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Voyage to Valar. Needle to the haystack. Seal and thrill. F4 summoning to the watchtower and scream to Valar. Cat, odd or even? Going odd. It is odd. Beats the monolith. That monolith is gone. Lighting a watchtower. That's the third watchtower. And going to summon a gold watcher. All right, Voyage to Valar. Valar is going to be knocked out of the temple. Get a wave award for Cat. Valar cannot go back into the temple this round. Needle to the haystack. Now there's no Grendels there. So Cat able to play Needle in 4. Cap in 5. So Valar has a Needle. Cat has a Needle. All right, let's go over to Dow. Dow, 20 seconds. Dow, Trigger, Pope, and Doc. Did not beat the timer. Did beat the timer. Did show up as I was saying it. He's good. Needle to the haystack. Navy to the straw man. Absorption. Mass destruction. Seal. And sacrifice a glitch. All right, Navy going to put out that straw man. Give himself seal. Sacrifice a glitch. And let's give him a needle. Dow, needle in 4. Cap in 5. All haystacks are occupied. Mass destruction will pump up and give him an absorption. Trigger. You're up. 20 seconds. Trigger. Timer is up. Nerf timer is also up. Up, she beat the nerf timer. Cyborg fly to Julia and Sky. Sky out of the battleship. Both to the no zones. DZ portal, gold blaze. Trigger going portal style over to Dow side. Blaze to the wall, S6 with break stuff. Only one problem now. Give me a new target. You didn't specify which type of grenade and to which target, but I will tell you, because you DZ portaled, you don't have range on your own wall. All right, so gold blaze to your wall hits. It'll break that ice block. So give me the grenade and the target. All right. So this is what's going to happen. So trigger, that wall is frozen. So the blaze would have broke that block, but you do have cryo ring that was played on you. And you can't use lighting effects. Only freeze effects. So gold blaze, you can play it, but it has no effect. Spade to the watchtower will hit, but pick odd or even. All right, pick an even. It is odd. It is odd again. All right, so it does get rid of monolith, but it does not hit. So Cyborg is good. Gold Blaze is played, but it has no effect. And S6 Spade to the Watchtower is a miss because of monolith. Pope, you're up. Beats the timer. Pope, Colossal King to Dow's boss. Could be worth 73 if it caps. Seal and Thrill. S6 Summoning Grenade to the wall with Duplex and sacrifice a glitch. Summoning Grenade's going to hit. After mass destruction. Blue block. 75% of a blue block. You got 25 blue remaining. You do summon a gold orbital. And final move of round number 4. Dock. 20-second timer to the dock. Easily beats the timer. Dock from the ozone. Boss to the side chest. Dock playing boss in 4. Cap in 6. Dragon Smoke to the bomber zone. S6 Spade to the wall with Sliver. Now, because the Blaze didn't break at previous dock, your Spade Grenade is going to shatter that ice block. That's an expensive ice block, right? Boss to the side chest, Dragon Smoke Bomber Zone, Spade Grenade to the wall. And that is the end of round number 4. The end of round number 4. Crimson with a halo. Going to remove a Sliver Blessing from each team. VOX did get 67 in slivers. Arc, 73. Trigger with another halo. Dow with another halo. But the DZ was 0-0. 2 people in the same zone neutralize each other. VOX, 25 points in Strawman. And we're moving on to round number 5. Both sentry guns are now placed. Julia, you cannot move. "20-second timer. Beats the timer. Colossal Kang to Dow's boss. Not his chest, but to his boss. Possible 73 if it caps. Super Thrill Panic Mode. H9 Mega Blast to the wall with Berserk. She does have range because she is in her no zone. And going with the Mega Blast. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is a stronger wall, but that is a strong, strong grenade. Don't believe me? Watch. Blue block. That's a teardrop. That teardrop is free with a little bit of damage. Red block. Red block and a red block. All the way down to 1 red block remaining. Regin, you're up. Did not beat the timer. Did not beat the nerf timer. Cat, do we have Regin? VOX, do we have Cat? All right. Trigger, can you repost it because it's not on my screen? And guys, if I say like 2 minutes later I don't see it, believe me, I don't see it. So somebody else post it. It's like you guys wait for me to see it. It's not going to show up if it's not there. So if you guys know, immediately let me know it's posted. All right, we got it. That way we'll save a little bit of time. Yeah. All right, Regin. Move to the temple. Proton pack to Julia. Gold Hannibal to Julia. Decay Smoke to Julia. S8 Smash Face to Julia. And sacrifice a glitch with Duplex. All right. Proton pack. Removes all buffs. Seals everything from target player. Julia is exposed. Gold Hannibal and Decay Smoke. So it's going to deal damage, and it's going to phase out, and it's going to deal damage again next round. That's what Hannibal does. Decay Smoke. Can't be sealed unless she first heals. And then an S8 Smash Face to Julia. All right. So, first thing is Hannibal. It's an older pet. It is upgraded, but not dealing a lot of damage. But I like the concept. Going to take Julia from 100% down to 90% health. The S8 Smash Face, different story. That's going to hit Julia. It's going to take Julia from 90% down to 65%. That's 25% hit. And Decay Smoke. No seal until she first heals herself, and they have to be two separate actions. So Cat going for a Rage In, bringing the heat. All right. Before Valar's turn, we are going to cap Valar's Needle. Valar, you're up. 20-second timer. We got Valar, Crimson, Sky, and Cat. Beats the timer. Move into Temple, Thraxus, Colossal Kang. Super Thrill, Unicorn, and Scream to Crimson. All right, Valar moving to the Temple Steps. Julia's not in the Temple Steps. She's in the no zone. Thraxus for an E3 next round. Colossal Kang to Dow's Chest. Possible 73 from Valar. Unicorn will cap. And it's a good wall finisher. Take down the block. Rebuild it. Take down another black block. And another teardrop. And Valar with another gold bar. Crimson Tide, you're up. Timer's up with Scream ability. Crimson going to play Tigers to their wall. Colossal Gideon, Seal, and a Spade to their wall. All right, going to play Tigers. Couple charges of this. Going to slow it down just a little bit. Colossal Gideon. And S6 Spade Grenade. After mass destruction, and this is the first wall. Remember, it was a little bit weaker. Blue block. Blue block. 10% of a red block because of the mass destruction, so 90 red remaining. 3.9 on VOX's first wall. All right, let's go over to Skylight. 20-second timer. Sky going needle to the haystack. Sky playing needle. In 5, cap in 6. Torment trigger, spade loaded to the wall with sliver ability. Putting a torment on trigger. Sliver ability to pump it up just a little bit. And the H9 spade. But we do have Tigress on it. Charge 1 of Tigress. Going to nerf it. Take out a green block. There's another charge of Tigress still on the wall. Before Cat's turn. We're going to cap Cat's needle. I think that is the first needle for Team VOX. Cat, 20-second timer. I have Cat, Dow, Trigger, Pope, and Doc. Timer's up for Cat. Again, if you guys see it, let me know, because I don't. Nerf timer is up for Cat. All right. Move to their DZ. Mythic Taser to Julia, heal and seal. She does have Dust Smoke. Mythic Taser. Spade, not quite as the firepower, but the Taser is a nice hit. Going to take Julia down from 65% health. Down to 45. M7 Spade with Dual Blast. Take Julia from 45% health. Down to 14%. Julia hanging on a thread. 14% life remaining. Before Dow's turn. Gonna cap Dow's needle. Dow, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Talon Julia to RDZ. Guess when she dies, he just wants her to be close to him. not sure about that, but yeah, let's put her over there in the DZ. Maybe there's a tombstone over there Dow's made. All right, Talon Julia to their DZ. Move in melee range of Crimson. So Dow, right over here, side the temple. Gonna torment Doc. So he can't play Torment because he played Vines. All right. So Talon Julia is good. Movement is good. Vines is good. No Torment. And Dow playing Soul Stealer. So PvP, attack any previously killed player this event and gain a CK if the attack hits. 1 CK per player max. Extra XP. Does not need to gain XP. So he does get the damage, but there's a difference between a CK and a KB. So Dow does get the stats for a career kill. However, he does not get an in-game KB. But he does deal damage to Crimson, nonetheless. So Crimson, your health goes from 100%. Dow hitting you with the H7 melee attack is going to take you from 100% down to 83%. 83% health for Crimson. So Julia at 14, Crimson at 83. And he did hit her with the Vines as well, so Crimson is down to 73. The Vines and the Soul Stealer. Y'all having too much fun with PvP. Trigger, you're up. 20-second timer. We got Trigger, Pope, and Doc. Timer's up. Beats the Nerf timer. That's probably a challenge you would have wanted to not have, Doc. Some challenges are better left alone. All right. Because that means you're going to get tormented. All right, so Crimson does not take the extra 10% damage. But since Dow cannot play the Vines, because he already played it, the only smoke he has eligible is the Torment. So Torment goes to Dr. Die. All right. So Julia playing Dying Breath. Now it goes in cycles. So we'll start with Dire Demon. That's why Trigger went with a little overkill. So Dire Demon, good pet damage. But no seal, no absorption on the target. Max seal to Crimson is good. Dire Demon will kill Julia. Julia plays Dying Breath to stay alive. And Crimson following that up with Death Row. So the Death Row grenade does get it done. That will be the overkill. Trigger with a killing blow. Julia, who's going to sub in? It's going to have to be Shaman. Not unless somebody else dies. All right, so Julia's toast. Shaman comes in. No. But I think what we did previous, because some players can only play half, if that player was not available, we res and restored. So you can res and restore back in. We try to get the sub off the bench, but if his player's only playing the first half, you can res and restore. All right, Pope, you're up. 20-second timer, Pope. All right, remember the glacier does not affect the wall immediately it happens. The glacier has to be played as a DI before the turn. So the way this will work is he plays the glacier. It will not freeze until the end of the round, and then it will immediately melt. So glacier to the wall, it's not frozen. It'll go into effect at the end of the turn and then melt on the next person's turn. Jump in the turret. Mythic Orbital. Torment to Regien. H9 Maximon to the wall. And Sliver ability. 9. 10, 11. Maximon. But Crimson had Tigress up there. Nerfing that wall. Smart move anytime you get a chance in these type of games to nerf. Green block is down. All right, and then final move before we get to the final round. Doc, you're up. 20-second timer, Doc. All right, Doc's going to get in the turret. Red Blaze to Strawman, Blind Date, Rage Tonic, Mega Blast, Berserk to the wall. Go, Doc. Strawman number 5 lit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, Mega Blast. And this is still wall number 1. You know wall number 1 was a little weaker. Finish off that red block. Take out a red block. And take out 25% of a red block. It's a Mega Blast. You got 1.75 remaining. If only she wasn't tormented. She would have obliterated that wall. All right. That is the end of round number 5. We got one round to go, and you know it's Dragonstorm. Let's give Crimson a blessing, and I got Crimson getting a golden orb. Crimson with a 100-point golden orb. VOX once again losing their Sliver Halo, but they kept it alive another round. 67 points for VOX, 79 for ARC. I've also got Trigger and Cat. In the DZ. That gives VOX 25-0. They light up straw man number 6, 100 points. Don't look now. VOX is scoring. And a halo for Cat. And a 5th halo for Trigger. We might have ourselves a game now. Back to Julia. Julia, Dragon Storm, final move, you're up. Beats a timer. Wicked Gideon, Torment to Crimson. So that Wicked Gideon is going to get rid of the Colossal Gideon that was played earlier. Crimson, your Colossal Gideon is back in your hand. F5 Mega Blast to the wall with Berserk from MacArthur. Two blue blocks. Third wall is stronger. But you get to the third wall, you've obviously got a lot of points. Regin, you're up. 20 seconds. Regin, then Valar, then Crimson. Timer is up. Let's go, players. 15 minutes. Nerf timer is up. Beat the Nerf timer. Regin, Scold to Julia, Rad Rage, Seal, and Thrill, Mega Blast to the wall with Dual Blast. All right, Scold. Is going to light number 4, and that monolith is gone. Regin was tormented, but Rad Rage. That'd be an 8, 9. S9 Mega Blast. Regin with a gold bar. Let's rebuild it. VOX getting their first wall down. But scoring in some different ways. Valar, you're up. Valar has a E3 and a Dragon Storm, so she has a S6 multiplier on her attack. Valar, Mythic Orbital to the wall. Mythic Orbital could be worth 22 if it hits. Torment the cat. Blackout Wand, no DZ points. Nine. Playing in Talio, which will give her the boost in advance. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Valar with the S18 with Ignite and Berserk. Holy moly, Valar. We'll see how this stronger wall does with that Mega Blast. Blue block is gone. Red block. Red block. And 75% of a red block. 1.25 remaining, Valar. Strong wall, amazing hit. Crimson, you are tormented, but you get a turn. You're up. Crimson going to peel the torment off. Skull to Julia, M7, Sleepy Holler with Mass Destruction. Peel is good. Pet is good. No Mass Destruction because of the peels, a half turn move, but she does get the pet and the M7. Now, I love the Sleepy Holler, but remember, Sleepy Holler, if it hits a watchtower, it also lights a straw man, but you also get 25 points. So it does not hit a watchtower, so you don't get a straw man. You couldn't have got a straw man anyway because they're all lit. But you do get the damage, and you also get 25 points. It's like the trifecta grenade. Scold to Julia. Crimson, pick odd or even. The last charge of Monolith, odd or even. Team VOX, somebody pick odd or even. All right, even. It is even. She does get the watchtower from Scold. Lighting another watchtower up. Crimson's going to get an absorption as well. All right, 1 second. All right. Absorption is good. Sleepy Holler is good. Let's get the damage from the Sleepy Holler. Second wall, a little bit stronger. Black block and a green block for Crimson. That's after mass destruction, and we do need to add the Dragon Storm. Dragon Storm on top of it is 75% of a green block, 25 green remaining. All right, before Skylight's turn, points. Arc with a 5th needle. A second boss. And 219 points in Kangs. Now, Kangs capped way too easy tonight for no preventions, in my opinion. Skylight. You're up. 20-second timer. Yeah, the other boss was actually Dow's boss, and that capped last round. So that's where all the Kangs went in. So this would be the third. Dow's boss is the one that had all the stuff on it. Orbital, Max Seal, Rad Rage, Unicorn loaded to the wall with Berserk. All right, the Orbitals are going to cap. And Julia with a gold bar. Let's reset it. Cat, you're up. Cat, Dow, Trigger, Pope, and Doc. Need cats move. Leave DZ. Scold to Sky. Super Thrill Rage. Mega Blast. Let's give cat an absorption. After Dragon Storm. Rad Rage. Green. Blue. Blue. And blue. Dow, you're up. All right, Dow, no move. That is it. 10:45, no move, because we won't get the second move in, so we call it right there. Dow, you can delete it so inventory doesn't take the items out. I still feel like even without captains, a lot of you guys were getting reassurance of your move in chat, because we had more missed timers tonight than we do when we typically have captains. Just a thought. So hopefully in these games, we just play them. Get your moves out there. Make stuff happen. All right, good stuff, everybody. Give me 5 minutes. I'll give you the totals and see how this all broke down. All right, everybody, we are back, and we had a good game. I mean, this game, there's a lot of scoring, but when you break it down and you look at how the different teams scored, you're going to be surprised by the outcome of these games. So it's definitely something you want to take a look at. So we'll start out with so a couple things at the end. The blessings that VOX had, you can see over there, they had 4 red blocks left. Look, they had 5 blessings, so they got rid of those last 4. That helped out. ARC on the other side, they had 3, so they only got 25 points. They got the top 3 blocks. So, those are big swings toward the end of the game. So we start out with flags. 600 ARC, 450 for VOX. The wall game, 925 for ARC, 705 for VOX. Not as bad as it looked initially. Then you take a look at killing blows. Each team had 1, 200 to 200. Straw men, 195 points for VOX, 0 for ARC. 195 points to 0. Needles, 500 points for ARC, 100 for VOX. Watchtowers, that was a huge difference. 150 to 0. DZ, VOX, 75 to 0. Timers. Timers was a big challenge for Team VOX. Team VOX minus 90. ARC minus 20. Overall, just the core points, we had Team VOX 1,931. Over on the other side, Team ARC, 2,324. PCP points. We had VOX, Gold Bar, 2 Ruffled Feathers. Cannonball, Tire, Wave, Torch. 100 points PCP DZ and a Golden Orb. That's 425. ARC, 3 Gold Bars, Ruffled Feather, Cannonball, Tire, and 50 points PCP DZ and Goddard, 375. So VOX making up a little bit of points there. Slivers, 281. VOX, 323. ARC. Extras, 80 points. VOX, 111 for ARC. Final score. $3,063 ARC, 2787 VOX. ARC winning by 300 points at home. I'm going to tell you why that's important. VOX, you guys had minus 90 in timers tonight. Not only minus 90, but because of the timers, you did not get your last 4 moves in. And those last 4 moves would have been a Boss Cap by Dr. Dye, which would have given you another 150, and who knows what the other point would have been. So had this game finished, who knows what would have happened. In addition, if the game finishes, you get another 100 points in the straw man. So between the flag and the straw man, that's another 250. That makes the game almost even. So moral of the story is, get these moves in and get these games played fast. Because the timers and ending the game, you never know what's going to happen. And the result could have been a lot different. I thought you had a great strategy, but the gameplay was just a little bit sluggish at times. But a good game by both teams. So certainly, you guys worked very, very hard tonight. So good job, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you all for the Fish Fights tournament tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.